Austraeoh by Imploding Colon, read by Deathlights. Chapter 74, Flame. The corridor opened up to a long platform stretching across the gaping chasm. For several hundred feet above and below, numerous spiraling, silver-reinforced floors stretched just beyond the immediate glow of the ancient facility. On the far side of a 10-foot wide bridge was another corridor leading off into the darkness. In the center of the platform, glowing brightly, was a plume of billowing red flame floating a few inches above the golden pedestal. "Miss Dash!" Austraeoh called out. "Don't go too far ahead. My fellow unicorns and I can't summon as bright a light as you." "Where's she going?" Red asked. "I don't know." Austraeoh replied as he trotted nervously onto the first few feet of the long bridge. "It's like something gotten into her." Red chuckled. "You just now noticed?" "Miss Dash! Hold up!" Rainbow flew down and perched just before the golden pedestal. Her ruby eyes reflected the floating fire as her jaw hung in open wonder. "Come and check this thing out." The air around the pedestal was just as cool as the rest of the interior. The flame appeared to be giving off no heat. There wasn't any smoke or any sign of a substance being burned to begin with. The closer Rainbow's muzzle drifted towards the phenomenon, her skin didn't so much as twitch. If she closed her eyes, she would have no clue that there was a billowing torch anywhere remotely near her. While the rest of the group waited behind, Austraeoh crossed the bridge until he galloped up to Rainbow Dash in the middle. "Miss Dash, is this some kind of detour? Not all of us have wings. If we were to cross this chasm, I think it'd be best for you to guard us in case one of us fall." "It's not even making a crackling sound or anything," Rainbow murmured. "It's just floating here on its own." Yes, I see it," Austraeoh said with a nervous shift of his leg muscles. "It's quite remarkable, however it has nothing to do with a swift and safe exit from this immeasurably large place. Maybe once we're home free, I'll turn over the expedition to more properly study." "There's no heat." Rainbow Dash lifted a hoof. "I wonder if it'd be cool to the touch." "Miss Dash." Austraeoh blocked her hoof with his. He stared at her with a furrowed brow. "Since when did you have such a rampant interest in random magic?" "This isn't so random. I don't know, but I feel..." "You feel what?" She gulped, then looked at the thing. "I feel like I'm facing east." Austraeoh's eyes narrowed. He looked worriedly at the group behind them, then back at their guide. "Miss Dash, you're not making any sense." "No." She slowly shook her head. I guess I'm not." Her nostrils flared as she turned to look at him. "Austraeoh, you've read a crap load of stuff in your life, right?" "Most certainly." "Have you, She bit her lip briefly, fidgeting, as if she was on the verge of relating a bitter secret. Eventually, she muttered, "Have you ever heard of the Midnight Armory?" Austraeoh's eyes twitched. His face paled with surprise as he almost reeled from the name. Why, yes, I have heard of it, He glanced back at the distant, watching group and spoke in a more hushed tone, as if afraid that they could somehow hear this conversation. "But that name is a secret to all pawns except for those with a master's degree in sorcery." "So, you know about it?" "Well, yes, but none of my associates do. They're technically understudies. They won't be told until they can bounce the harmonic spells. Then it'll be the secret to keep within the orders of sorcery as long as they live. There's been a tradition for all cultures since the dawn of time." He cleared his throat and leaned in. "Might I ask, Miss Dash, how do you know about it?" "Hey, I'm a Pegasus," Rainbow Dash said with a tired yet smug grin. "I have plenty of little birdies to tell me stuff." Austraeoh looked at her. He looked at the flame, then the dimly glowing pendant. Finally, he took in the entirety of the grand place and said, Miss Dash, what's really going on here? I think we all have the right to know. I wonder if there'd be stuff like this in the Midnight Armory. That hardly answers my question. I'm not here to find answers. Rainbow murmured, lifting a hoof parallel to the pedestal's flame. I'm just here to exist. Couldn't you do that back home in Austraeoh? Her eyes briefly moistened. No, I can't. Austraeoh gave her a sympathetic look. Maybe you told us what you were looking for. We can help you once we're out of this place. You've even did a fraction in the way that you helped us. I just wonder if it's hot or not. Her hoof stretched. Miss Dash, no! Her hoof made contact, the flame billowed, burst, and disappeared. In its place, a rapid glow flew through Rainbow's body. Her head flew back. Her eyes grew wide, flickered red on yellow, and then rolled back. Miss Dash! Red's voice shouted from afar, while Rockspot gasped. Rainbow fell and collapsed on the platform in a series of spasms. As Austraeoh struggled to hold her thrashing body in place, she saw a splash of lavender colors flooding over her vision. And then she saw nothing.